to our introduction for the Friday Night Club. It will be throughout the season, Friday night. It may be on a different night depending on what's happened and whether you can all join us. But this evening we're going to give you a short introduction as to what we're going to be doing with our club throughout the coming months, really. So we've got quite a few things lined up for you, which we'll be doing. It will be sort of an amalgamation of many of the things we've done throughout the last 12 months online, through all the genres really. It'll be ballroom, Latin, Argentine tango, some swing, classical. We'll be going through all of those, and we'll also be adding certain things like what we've been doing on Back to the Floor. We'll also be introducing some of those new sequence dances as well.
Hello.
So she's here.
With my clipboard.
She's got her clipboard.
I've got my clipboard.
And I'll hand over to you, considering you've got all those messages down there.
Yeah.
And,
I'm going to try and be really brief. The plan is to just tell you what we're going to do, the ideas, to see what you think, anyone who's on live at the moment with us. If you're not on live and you're on catch-up, still let us know. You can still comment because they still come up, we can read them. And we'll get a really good idea of the group and then what you want, because we will adapt it, as we always do, tailor-make it to those in the classes. So by 7 though, I'm going to give this about 10 minutes. By 7 o'clock, we'll actually stop this transmission and start it again at 7. And then we'll have a dance. But we'll also go through some of the ideas that we're going to do in the dance, but we'll have a dance. Those who come on a Saturday night, we're not here tomorrow night.
no, we're not.
We're out tomorrow. So this will be dance night tonight. So if you're joining us on Saturday and expecting a dance, you can still have a go. Okay, you'll have to just watch it and catch up. So, Shona and Phil's online dance club. Spodk. Okay, Spodk. Okay, there'll be a spod with us. And as Phil's just said, the idea is to condense really what we've been doing over the past 15 months during lockdowns, to keep it going so we can all carry on together, and to help you with your dancing. So it isn't really intended to replace everybody's dancing, local dance schools, etc., but to help like an additional, to complement it. So we can actually take some of the things, some of the sequence dances, maybe spend a little bit more time on them, do a bit more technique, to teach some of the new inventives, but also bring in some of the social side as well, the social foxtrots, different rhythms, the Argentine tango, the traditional Viennese, bits of technique, all sorts. Everything we've done over the past 15 months, but 1 day a week. It may end up being more than that, but we're going to start with 1 day a week. That's the idea.
One evening.
Yeah, we might be in the day. We don't know. We're quite flexible. Yeah, but it's about really do something for the long term, sort of creating something that we can carry on long term. So what are we going to cover? We are going to cover selected new inventives. So we're not going to do all 3 unless you all say we want all 3, and then we will do all 3. So when there's an inventive competition, we will teach at least one of them each time. Okay, we'll pick a nice one. We're going to recap and reboot the old favourites as well, the sequence dances. We all do. Maybe we get a bit lazy with them. Maybe look a bit of technique with them as well. We're going to do ballroom technique. Sometimes we might go into a big hall and actually do a session from a bigger hall, and you can see us move, and we'll talk about leg action, things like that, things we can't do in a small space. Latin technique. So we'll do some Latin, maybe snippets, little snippets of Latin, and do the technique within them. I thought you were going to say something there. Classical technique. I thought how lovely to do that. So we might actually take the old time and do some classical technique. And then introduce the other rhythms, as I've said, Argentine tango, maybe valse, some milonga, the Argentine tango umbrella. The swing dance umbrella, we'll do Charleston, we might do some 30s Charleston.
I'll keep you fit.
Yeah, if I do a little bit. Traditional Viennese, American Smooth, basically everything we've done over the past 15 months, but spread out a little bit more. We might also, if people want to carry on with them, we might do medal courses, and more in-depth technique where we bring the Zoom in again and we can see you and we can help you. Okay. So how are we going to do this, Phil? How is it going to happen? He doesn't know. We're going to do it through private Facebook group. I'll set one up so you don't get lots of links all the time. One private Facebook group and private access on YouTube as well. So Facebook and YouTube as normal, but all private for the club members. And sometimes we might record, it's not normally live, but on occasion we might need to record.
Yes.
If we're doing it in a hall and there's no Wi-Fi, we may record it sort of during the day and then we'll just post it in the evening. So we can still do it like real time, it's just the fact we won't be there. We'll be watching with you as well. When, you said about other nights, didn't you, just now?
Mm-hmm.
When? I'm going to start with a Friday. Going to start with a Friday night, but see how it goes. If that's good for everybody, we'll stay with that. We could all, we might change it to a Wednesday at times, or we might go during the day. Who knows? We're quite flexible. Everything will be recorded, everything. So you will have a series of recordings. So if you can't make Fridays, you can catch up. You just watch the recording, either on Facebook or YouTube, and you will have links to all of the sessions we've done. Probably all the previous sessions we've done as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to create a private group, basically. Ultimately, I think we're going to try and do a private website as well. So as we go through time, that way we can list all of the different links, etc. we've got, just to make sure everything is there for you in one place. So you don't have to try and chase all these different links all the time. Everything is going to be in one place. Are we all right? Are we still on? Yep, just checking. Okay, so the cost. We've ummed and ahed about this, haven't we?
Do you want me to check it?
Yeah, just check, might be some questions. We are live at the minute. Cost £15 per person. And we've thought a lot about this. So it's £30 a couple, £15 per person. But that gives you access to everything, absolutely everything. And the big thing is, it's then a club. It's a dance school. So we can then teach the new inventives to our dance school. It happens to be an online dance school, but it's just the same. So we can then teach the new inventives. We can bring everybody together. We can tailor make it to you. And the reason it's 15, because I was kind of doing like £5 a week kind of thing, which is what we normally do. But we realise you won't want to come to absolutely everything. Not everything will apply to everybody. So that's why we just thought it's kind of, we're assuming like 3 out of 4 you might want to come. The very keen will come to everything. The ones who just like the modern sequence, you might just like those sessions. So, and we just thought that £15, it seems fair. And as an ongoing cost, we can then also hire halls with it as well. So we can actually use that money to go and rent some space and do some sessions for you, which we can't do at the moment. Any questions, Phil? Are we okay?
Only that the YouTube picture looks a bit misty.
I thought that before. Do you want to give it a little quick run?
Okay.
And then obviously we've got the dance breaks. Can you see me? We've got the dance breaks as well. So once you've been set up with the club, you get to know everybody. The idea is then, with our dance breaks, if you want to, you can come along and we'll transfer all of the skills to the dance floor on the dance break. And it's quite good, it's quite like an intensive weekend where we can really get to grips and we can see you properly and we can help you sort of manipulate you if needed. So that's like the next level up. Okay. So the idea is, I've given you all of the genres we're going to cover. We've thought about this, and we're going to do, say they're 4 weeks in a month, we're going to do a sequence week. That might be a new inventive, might be an old classic, it might be technique, it might be classical technique, sequence. We're going to do a ballroom week in which we break down some ballroom technique, or we might do a little variation. We might go to a hall and do a variation for you to have a look at, but very technique based ballroom. A third week, Latin technique. So we might do a Latin snippet. We can probably fit it in here, and therefore you can at home. So a Latin snippet with technique. Okay, week 3. Week 4, we're going to do an alternative rhythm or a social rhythm. So that might be the social foxtrot, social waltz, Argentine tango, swing jive, traditional Viennese, something which is a little less technical, a little bit more fun maybe, social, and that's the 4th week, okay? Some months have 5 weeks. It's still £15 a calendar month, by the way. So the 5th week, we will probably do a little bit more on the sequence because there are so many of them. So when there's 5 weeks in the month, we'll probably do a sequence for the 5th one. Okay, I think that's everything. So for June, so this is our first one tonight, and we're going to have a little dance in a minute. We'll have a dance, but we're going to stop transmission and then come back on. So next week, June the 4th, we're going to do, and the 11th, we're going to do a session on Friday for the club, private access. I know some of you have already paid up. I haven't sent out links yet. I'm going to do all in one go. And we're going to just do kind of back on the floor dances for the next 2 Fridays, which will get you ready for that big 21st of June, where we might be able to go back out dancing. It will also get you ready for Dawlish. So that's the next 2 weeks. Then we're at Dawlish for 2 weeks, but we might pre-record one. We've said we might pre-record one of those. Or we might just go live at Dawlish and you can come on holiday with us. Then into July. So first week in July, we're going to do an Argentine tango figure, 1 figure. We're going to do, second week, we're going to do one of the IDTA sequence inventive winners. Week 3, we're going to do a ballroom snippet or technique in ballroom. Week 4, we're going to do classical technique. Exciting. And because there are 5, we've got, that's the classical, why the classical's in twice. And then we're going to do Latin on week 5, a Latin snippet, Latin technique on week 5. Okay, so you've got all the information. We really hope you want to carry on with us and everybody else, and you come and join in. It's going to be wonderful. I'm really excited about it. It doesn't take much. And so it's £15 each. It's going to be a rolling membership. So each month, I'm not going to do a direct debit or anything, but each calendar month, at the beginning of each month, make sure you get the money in, and then we'll have this members club. And simply, if you want to miss it, I will, but we will have to take you off. Because it does need to be a club, and to do the winning inventives particularly, you need to be a member, a current member of the dance club for it to be allowed. Okay, any questions? Fire away. I waffled on and it's 1 minute past. That wasn't bad going, was it?
Yeah, the donkey's had its hind leg.
I've got a lot of writing here.
I know.
Are we okay?
The screen is much better. It's a lot clearer and sharper now.
Okay. Any questions about anything I've said?
Absolutely not.
Nothing at all. Have I given you all the information?
Renox said she'd love to do medal courses.
Yeah, we want to do that. What we might do, should have said that, the £15 is the kind of the entry level. That gives you access to all of them. We've got about 100 videos that we can't put on public view already. So you'd get access to all of those for starters. But if we do medals or more in depth, we'll do that as a separate course with probably a little bit more cost to it, because we'll need two-way feedback, so we need to see you dance those. But it'd be lovely to take those who did the medals over the last year up a level and do another one. Really fancy doing that. All right, any questions? Send them in, we will do our best. We might answer them very shortly, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this. Oh,
One question.
one question.
Jill Starr says, will I be able to join even without a Facebook account?
Yes, because through YouTube.
Through YouTube?
And what we're going to do, Jill, is do it on a website as well. I have to say that won't be immediate, because it means me learning how to set that up.
Medi said it all sounds very good.
Lovely, and I can't wait to see Medi. I'm going to see Medi soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you don't do Facebook, we will do it through YouTube and the website. I'm hoping the website, I'll be able to put a link to the Facebook feed of the group, because it's all going to be private. Okay. Oh, it's going to start next week. Okay. Quite low key start, and then we'll build up in July. All right. I really hope you come and join us. I'll be looking forward to it. Anything else, Phil?
No, just
Okay, so we'll stop the transmission now, but then don't go away, come back, because we're going to restart it and we're going to have a dance. And we're going to go, all the dances we're going to do are going to be relevant to our Friday night club. So we're going to go, all the different genres I said, we're going to do one of each now, after this. All right? Okay. I'm going to say goodbye. We're going to go bye. This is going to be a separate video for information purposes only. Okay? So from next Friday onwards, hope to see you.
yes. We'll be back shortly.
For us to you, bye. I'm going to be back in a minute.